Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a black eye using the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel. First we're going to be starting off with that yellow center color, and we're just going to be putting it on the outer corner of the eye and on the top of the cheek. And when using this bruise wheel, I really like to start with the lightest colors and working into our darker colors last. By doing so, you're building up those layers, and it's going to look way more natural and way more realistic. This is one of my favorite wheels to use for special effects. The color is absolutely amazing, and it ends up looking so great, and it gives some really good end results. So next I'm dipping into that red color, and I'm just very lightly tapping it in, and that's how you're going to do it throughout the entire process. Is you want to do very gentle light taps on the skin. This is going to help blend it out, and I like to use my finger, so I'm actually giving it some skin texture instead of using a sponge and making it look flawless. You really want some grit and texture into that. One of my biggest pieces of advice when working with special effects is you really need a good reference picture. And before doing this video, I ended up looking up on Google for just a black eye. You can look, for medical pictures or anything like that. You just need a good reference to base it off of, so you're getting the most realistic end result. It is by far not the most glamorous or exciting thing to be looking at on the internet, but you've got to create something that's going to be realistic, so you need a realistic frame of reference. I really want to create a sense of swelling, so I'm working that red around my brow bone, so my brow bone is more prominent and highlighted, and it's going to give that very swollen and irritated look. Next I'm going to be going in with the darker red, and I'm going in with a very thin Q-tip. You can get these off Amazon, and I'm going right into the inner corner of my eyes. This is going to give that black eye effect, like fresh black eye. And I'm just lightly tapping it in with this Q-tip right where those blood vessels would actually break. Going in with my finger, I'm just going to gently tap it in and blend it out. I don't want to blend it out too much because I really want it to look like there was a huge impact right in the inner corner of my eye. And I'm also going to bring it to the top of my lid as well, just to create that very swollen and bruised look. And you can already see it's starting to look pretty realistic. And then I'm going to go out and do the outer corner of my eye as well, right where I would generally put a wing, and I'm just going to tap that out. And you can see how bruised it's already starting to look. I'm working with the natural shape of my lower eye and kind of trying to find where any of those bags would pop up at, and I'm just trying to put as much pigment in the deepest crevice, because that is going to really deepen it and make it look more realistic and more bruised and also more swollen. This is honestly such a quick and easy Halloween look that you can do for a party or just to go trick-or-treating. It's super quick. You can probably do this in like 10-15 minutes. And once I'm done tapping out that red, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow underneath that harsh line, and that's really just going to create a highlight and make it look a little bit more swollen and really pop out that deep crevice that I created with that darker color. What I also really love about doing these kind of looks is you really just need this special effects wheel and some Q-tips and your fingertips. You don't need to buy any crazy prosthetics or anything like that, and you can use any basic bruise wheel. I really like the Ben Nye just because the colors are so true to skin tone and realistic. Next I'm going to be going in with a deep blue, and it's the darkest shade that's on the wheel. And I'm really trying to center it right into the inner corner of my eyes and into those crevices that we created. I don't want to blend it out too much because I really want that concentration deep right in the inner corner of the eye and any crevices that we already created in there. I also like to add a little bit to my lash line. And you can see I'm doing very gentle strokes with the Q-tip right into the natural lines that are in my under eye. And then I'm just going to be tapping it out with my fingertip and making sure that I'm not tapping it out so much that it's completely blended in. I want some of that harshness in there because that's really what's going to make it look realistic. Another thing you can do is you can get something like a sponge that has some texture in it, and you can add some of the deeper blues or the deeper pinks or reds, and you can kind of tap that into your skin and it'll look like broken capillaries. I decided to add a little bit more to the inner corner of my eye and to the top of my lid, and just blending it out with my finger. I wanted to create a much more dramatic black eye for you guys. And you don't want to blend it out too much. If you actually look at what a black eye looks like, it's very, very concentrated at the point of impact. And just lining my lash line just a little bit, just so we can get rid of that skin tone that's there. And then working to the outer corner to create that depth around where it would be swollen at the brow bone. If there's any other special effects that you guys want, let me know. I would love for any video suggestions. And as always, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Until next time.